Today in the podcast, I'm talking to stand up comedian Michael Harrison. Michael explains why he is celebrating the death of Hollywood and how stand up managed to become the only art form left with a thriving middle class. He reveals why he refuses to accept ego stroking compliments from fellow comedians and why personality is the only thing AI can never replicate. We get into the beast level energy required to sharpen your craft in the toughest rooms on earth, and why the internet has finally given the upper hand to the individual artist. Now, without any further delay, here is my conversation with Michael Harrison.
What's up? How you doing? Excited to
Good,
be
man.
on.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you taking the time. You're a busy touring stand-up comedian.
Hmm.
It's pretty. How does it feel to be like a Canadian actually in the U.S. doing the thing, and then going back to New York City doing your spots? Like, do you feel like you're like I'm doing it? Like I'm really doing it? Does it resonate with you?
Yeah. Short, short answer. Yeah, it does. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a dream for sure. I'm very grateful for everything I have. I'm very grateful.
Yeah.
If that's what you're eyeing for, yeah, of course. Because it's like, yeah, coming up as a Canadian. I mean, at least at the time, because I feel like so many Canadians have come over now. There wasn't that many when I was coming up, so it felt very unachievable. So yeah,
Right.
to be over here, to have two countries where I can make money in, where I could just do the art, and then I mean, New York City is just the best gym. Like
Right.
that's all it is in my head, right? Because I think the goal is to build your own audience and make as much money and sell out your own shows. You want to do that above like just spot pay. But like going back to New York and then like for a week you're in a city full of beasts and working out. It's awesome.
Just
Like
just smashing that
yeah.
sword and just sharpening that sword until it's perfect.
Dude, it's a city of workers. It's so funny, like coming up in Canada, where it's like it felt so competitive, whereas in New York, competitive too, but on the other hand, it's also like everyone here knows how to kill.
Right. Right.
So,
Yeah.
but now it's so weird when you're in a city full of killers, where you're like, oh, it doesn't matter if you kill, it matters if you get a new bit while killing. So
Right.
now you just see all these people just working on new bits and no one watches each other because we're busy going to the next show. So it's a fun atmosphere. I love it, actually. I
That's
feel like
that's
it
freeing. That like knowing
really
that
is.
that you could just do new stuff like that and just not really have to even think about it because I mean early on in comedy I was always like self-conscious of that. I'm like, oh, I'm if I'm doing something new, people are going to be judging it or whatever. And then I realized I'm like, oh no, all the other comics that you think would be judging your stuff, they're in their own head about the new
Yeah,
material they want to try. It's
no one
like
cares.
no one gives a
Right.
shit.
Absolutely, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
And
yeah,
there's so
yeah.
much more life and energy I find to when you're trying new stuff because you don't exactly know. It's such uncharted territory
Yep.
that you're more willing to take a risk on something than something that you've written down and in your head you're like, this is a proven whatever
Well,
joke.
and that was sort of the other thing is like even come up in Canada, and maybe this was a way like a sort of and now not my favorite way to look at comedy, but at the time when you're coming up, it is. It's like you do better rooms that you're like, oh, I want them to book me back, so I'm just doing A stuff. I want to impress them. Maybe
Right.
one new thing. And I've had moments like that in New York where I'm like, oh, this is a good room. I better just like smash it and whatever. And then I see a comic do three quarters new, and then I go, well, if he does it, I can't. I got,
Yeah.
I just, yeah, which is great. It's encouraging to me.
Yeah.
It encourages me to challenge myself because, like, you're right. Like, every comic wants to be the best they can be, and when you see other comics do stuff like that, you're like, oh, maybe I should push it too. Maybe, you get that feeling right away. So, yeah, I mean, I do. Nothing but helps you to be in a comedy scene that, that is
Taking those
inspiring.
risks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
strong though. Really strong, very like artistic, creative. Yeah, that only helps you. Like when I see the comics who are like the big comic in the small pond and they tell me how great it is, I'm like, yeah, but I mean, you don't know what it's like fucking, following an all new set from Sam Morril and then just like crushing it after that, like I don't
Yeah,
know, that feels great.
that's a
Whereas
different
you're just
hit.
following people who are learning how to do, I'll say something funny on the third line, type of formulaic jokes, right? I'll do a
Yeah, yeah,
misdirection. Woohoo! Wait till the audience gets this one. Yeah, corny stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's my whole act, by the way. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, shoot,
No, I'm
shoot.
just-
I should have watched you before I did this podcast. Damn it. Ah, crap. Ugh.
So funny.
Mm.
When I was asking about the one word, what was the one word that came to mind for you? Remember that
Oh,
thing
yeah, I
where,
totally
yeah.
forgot. Whoa, what was the question?
The question is essentially like if you
We were
like,
supposed to do this podcast a long time
oh
ago.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. We
once that got passed, I forgot everything. Busy
all the
man. Come on, Johnny. Busy
all the
man.
workshop. I always ask the guests to
If that
pick a
is your real
word.
name.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
believe anything a podcaster tells me after Rogan. I don't know if you're Johnny. Hmm?
I'll show you my ID later. Um,
Later.
yeah,
Okay, that
yeah,
sounds
not
fake.
on the show. That's on the Patreon, buddy.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
don't want my house title taken.
Right,
Um,
right.
no, I always ask the guest for a word because I thought it was interesting. Like if you had to pick like a word that's meaningful to you, or maybe you feel like it sums up who you are or the direction you're in, or just something that you're like thinking about a lot right now. Like if you had to pick a word, what would that word be?
Holy crap, there's a ton of them. Ton of
Oh,
words. I
that's why
mean,
it's interesting.
beast is the first thing I think.
Beast?
Yeah, beast. It's like the energy, the all out, the animalistic, just freaking go out there and do the thing and try to try not to care what others do, but focus on your thing. Yeah, beast, like beast mode.
Beast.
That's like it. You go up there, fuck the audience. I got to do what I want to say. I will
Yeah.
not let them make me sway. Oh God, I'm like a rapper. Uh, but like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Was there a
beast
moment
is
for you
like
where
beast
it
is.
flipped?
I mean, following words. I think gratitude. Obviously, it's like, how awesome is this that this is even a thing? That I speak in front of people who need laughter. It wildly blows my brain. Yeah, risk would be another one that'd be up there where it's just like you have to learn how to be take risks all the time. This whole career is a freaking risk. It's risk on risk.
Yeah.
And vulnerability would be another one. Yeah, I really should have like thought this through because I could have gave you one and said, no, I'm just gonna read you the
Well, let's
dictionary.
explore like one of those lanes. I feel like Beast kind of runs itself out quickly because it's just about energy, but like risk and
But the energy's great.
Yeah, you could talk
That
about
is.
energy, but like there's also risk and vulnerability. Like it depends on the direction that you want to go. Like what do you feel the most like passionate about right now? The beast of energy, the risks you've taken, like the vulnerability you've had to show, like
Well,
what
I
do you
mean, yeah, maybe those were all words from different chapters then. Who knows?
mm,
You're right. Beast is the first one I thought of because at this point, it's like all the tools are there. Like I feel so super comfortable on stage in so many places. Like I got another European tour coming up for the armed forces. I've got
say?
Prague and I've got Netherlands coming up. I'm all over America. I mean, so it's just applying what I know and I'm confident in. So you're right. Beast feels comfortable now. It might not have been a word I thought when I was young, for sure.
Right.
When I was like putting together things and learning things. And yeah, those words would actually definitely fit certain other chapters of my life when I think about them. But yeah, sure, we can focus. Beast is what we want to
Yeah.
focus.
Yeah, yeah, let's focus on beast. But I think like even those other things, like and you just said it there, their previous chapters. I think it's really important that people understand that to get to beast, it is about like taking risks. It is about being
Oh,
vulnerable.
yep.
And then
Gratitude
once
and
you've passed
gratitude.
and gratitude and like once you have all of those things, you know how to take calculated risks. You know how to be vulnerable and not really care what people are going to think of your
Uncalculated
actions.
risks. You know how to take
Yeah,
uncalculated risks.
yeah,
That's the fun spot to be in with comedy. When you're still not sure if this works, but you go, I don't care.
yeah.
Like, I
Well,
don't
there's even like
care.
Steve Martin, I think, said in his book, when he was selling out like theaters, he would still ask them like before the show, like how many tickets we got sold. Like, is there still open? They're like, it's sold out. We could do four more shows if you wanted to. Like there's
Right.
it's endless, but it's there's still that thing in every comedian where it's like I took the risk. Like, is it gonna? Because you're, you're booking a venue, you're advertising for it, you're putting yourself out there. That's the vulnerability, and the risk is the booking, and you're just hoping that people are gonna show up. And then there's the gratitude when people do show up, which
Yeah.
then in turn creates this beast, which makes you feel like this unstoppable
Yeah.
force that can just keep. Okay, let's do this now. Let's head on to this now.
You know what's sort of funny is I wouldn't necessarily put it all necessarily there. Like one of the most freeing things as a comedian, and I'm only speaking about me. I don't want to throw this on any other comic, but it's like when you started comedy, you're like, oh, I want to be so good I could go into any room, rock it. And then I've gotten to a point where I don't think I could do that, and I don't want to do that. And when I hear comics tell me they do that, I go, you must suck. I would hate to please everyone. I would
Right.
hate it. I don't want to. I've seen everyone. There's people I don't like. I don't
Right.
want them to like me,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That would be against who I am, which is what stand-up's supposed to be, who you are.
Right.
So that's the a fun change in your attitude when you grasp that, or me when I grasp that, so that I could go on stage and go, I don't fucking care if you don't like this. I did a whole brand new bit on TradCon women last night, and just how much they're attacking masculinity these days, and how I think they're the stupidest to attack such a premise.
Yeah.
Like, I'm obviously won't do a bit. That'd be ridiculous. But, I am in Kansas.
Yeah.
These are TradCon women in my crowd in these shows like this, and I had them, and to watch that rock most of the room, and I could tell which ones don't like it. I
Right.
don't care. Like the point is not anymore to I like we're in an industry right now of niches
Right.
where comedians are selling out because of a niche, not because of mainstream anymore.
Yeah.
The mainstream, I don't know a mainstream comic. I mean, prior to older comics, like obviously
Right.
Chappelle's mainstream, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, of the newer comics,
Yeah.
it's you sort of
Closest
build your
thing,
niche.
Bargatze, maybe. Like,
Right. I mean, yeah, he
yeah.
really focused in on that clean stuff. I mean, even Shane
But that
Gillis.
that even you could call that a niche. You know what I mean? If it's
No,
like
I
a
do. I
hundred
think they
percent
did go
clean,
niche.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
I think
that's
Nate
niche.
went niche.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
he's
yeah,
like, oh, I'm this and
yeah.
blah. And I think Shane Gillis did, I sort of perform on the right, but I'm just sort of a dummy, right?
Right, yeah,
Non-political guy, blah.
yeah,
Even though he does politics, but in a simple way, a brilliant way, smart way. Love it. Yeah, I mean, it's impressive. That's the way you want to. Like we have comic book nerd comedians who sell out things. Uh that's great. Whereas like the comics who approach the traditional sense of mainstream, I mean, in my head, Matt Rife is one that would come up, and I'd be like, yeah, that type of success will be fleeting. I don't know how you hold on to that. Because
right,
like, you're just a good-looking guy with a lot of confidence. And good at charming women. That's what good-looking guys do. Like you're
right,
doing the thing that good-looking guys do. And they like to see that, but
yeah.
as they age, no one wants to see that.
It's the
So
frustrating part though of like you make it on the back of one thing and then you're wanting to do something else, but you're so afraid of hurting that original audience or not
I mean,
giving
I
them
don't think
enough.
that's first off original. But like the niche thing, I don't think many want to switch from the niche because that's who they are. Like if they pick their niche well, they pick something really
Right.
strongly correlated to them. Like, does Brian Posehn need to change his niche ever? No, he's a
Yeah.
giant nerd. He's
Yeah, yeah.
always going to be the giant nerd. He'll talk about other things, but he'll talk about it through his lens. Like obviously he's more than that. He's a
Sure.
father and whatever. But he can talk about that. We've already established what he is, and then you just sort of see him expand upon it.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, like character comics, yes, that would be more difficult. Whereas like I mean a comic like say Harlan Williams, interesting career trajectory for that one. Freaking lucky one even if I'd say. Just because like amazing act of its time, annihilates. But then all of a sudden that character didn't hit for a
Right.
while, where it wasn't big, where it wasn't interesting to people. And
Uh-huh.
then all of a sudden Kill Tony brought it back, and Harlan's always been like such a mega beast when it comes to like crowd work. And then he showcased that muscle with a quirky character. He's brought back to a new audience, and it's
Yeah.
just impressive. I
It's the
felt like Norm
podcast
Macdonald
world.
sort of went through that at one point too. And both comics I admire, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, those are sort of, I mean, I think in America they were viewed as charactery comics, both of them to a degree. And that's sort of how that came about. Whereas, like, sort of other character comics, Yakov Smirnoff sort of dropped off in terms of like popular lexicon. Like, obviously, all these comics will
Yeah.
sell, doesn't do well. So it's not to take away from that.
Yo, he's
But,
still killing it. Carrot Top.
ha! I hope so. Fuck
Crazy.
him. Whatever. Whatever. You know what
Crazy.
I mean?
The
Like,
original niche guy.
you think?
Yeah,
No.
no, no.
I don't know if he's the original
There's
niche
definitely
guy.
pre niches.
Ah!
He's an original
Fair.
something.
Yeah, buddy. Who wants to mess with Carrot Top now, though? He's bigger than any of the comics. Dude's muscle bound.
Yeah,
Hey?
yeah.
That's like,
Unreal. What a weird turn that took. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, now anyone thinks twice before calling him a hack. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
Jesus.
He just got super jacked so people would stop making fun of him.
hmm So funny. So funny.
Now let me do my prop comedy.
Yeah, once you got Jack, Norm Macdonald never said another thing about him.
This is very true. Yeah, yeah. I bet there's a direct correlation right there.
Right. Yeah. When Norm crushed him on Conan, that was hilarious with Rebecca Romaine Stamos. I remember that.
Yeah. Oh man, I do love just watching Norm clips like all the
Oh,
time. It
love
is
him. One of my all-time
unbelievable.
faves.
It's insane
Easy.
that he's just from Ottawa.
Why?
Well, it's just insane because like the level that he was able to reach from there, and it's all off of. I guess I mean more insane of like we know the people that were like around were adjacent to the people that were around him at that time that encouraged him, like Howard Wagman telling him to come back, and then to just see Howard Wagman at the club, you're kind of like, dude, you're part of history. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
it's such a weird thing to be. That's more so
Ottawa
what I mean
brought,
about it insane. But
I don't
Ottawa
know.
has incredible comedians.
Arguably, Ottawa had the best stand-ups
Yeah.
of like, if we're just to look at the history of like comedy in Canada, Ottawa
Yeah.
arguably has it, right? Because I mean, who else? You had like Hots came out of there. You had Mike McDonald, Norm. I forget if like
Tom Green.
Tom Green. I was about to say Tom Green, but I wasn't sure if he was exactly there. But yeah, Tom Green.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like their history is so good. Of course, I mean, makes sense just because like Ottawa's like it's a political town. You have a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
smart people in Ottawa, and
Yeah.
then turns out Norm Macdonald's parents are both teachers. So you're like his brother's what, and oh, I might be wrong on this. It's a Nobel Prize, but I forget what it was for but his brother was a journalist, you
Wow.
know?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like he was raised in a smart family. He's sort of the odd man out when you like
Yeah.
break it down because he's smart too, very smart. Norm's very smart, but like, I mean, he's awesome because he's like the type of guy where he didn't show his smart. He's like the exact opposite of Bill Maher, where it's like Bill Maher is like, he learned something, so he has to show it off, and he's a
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
condescending. And people love that. I get it.
Yeah.
People love that type of
That
attitude.
kind of smarmy, like yeah.
Yeah. Their smugness. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
Norm Macdonald, on the other hand, is also ridiculously smart. And then he plays dumb. Like you watch his
Yeah.
act, he plays dumb. And then the more you say, you're like, oh my God, this guy's really smart. He's taking these really smart ideas and he's simplifying them so that anyone could get it. That's almost more brilliant than a smart person saying something smart.
Oh yeah, he would even
How
have
you get,
just banger tweets that still I see to this day people like recycling and reusing like old tweets of his to like comment on stuff.
yeah.
I'm
Well,
just
I mean,
what?
yeah, you get like a smart idea to a common man. That's genius.
Yeah, yeah.
That's smart. That's brilliant, really.
There's a favorite Norm story that I heard where it was like somebody that was opening for him, and they said that like if Norm had a great set, they were gonna go to the casino like the rest of the night, like they were just gonna go right to the casino. But if he bombed, they were gonna be at the club all night because he was gonna stand at the door and thank every single person as
Caroline's.
they're going out. Yeah.
Yes, he did that at Caroline's. Yes.
He thanked every person as they're leaving, and I was just like, that's brilliant. Like that's absolutely brilliant. Like thank you for that learning experience almost. Like
Yeah,
to what you were saying was I don't really give a shit if like he's not doing it to please those people that he feel like he displeased. He just wants to like look them in the face as they're leaving to get that energy of like why didn't that work? You
right.
know, like he's more caring about the craft than he is about what those people thought of him. Otherwise, he wouldn't be standing there because that would be embarrassing if you cared what people thought
Nah.
of you.
I don't know, man. I'd read that the other way because I read about that too. I never read into it like that. I thought I read into it as it was just a silly thing to do. Like, why not? You know what I mean? Like, in the end of the day, it's so funny because like now we sell merch, so I think we just most comics
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that anyways nowadays.
yeah, yeah.
You
True,
know, like
true.
I do that. Like there's like last night, I'm at the door with merch selling toques in Kansas. So obviously not smart. Uh but yeah, like people are coming up, oh, it was great and stuff. And then maybe some of the trad con women that I offended are like sliding out the side. But I'm like not scared of anyone. It's like, no, that's fun. I don't care. I'd be down to hear someone tell me they hate me to my face if it ever could happen. But I'd love it. Why not? It
Yeah,
sounds like an interesting start to a joke, for the next show.
yeah, it's true because comedians were always just mining life for material at those,
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
fun. I never met the opener. I met my opener last night, and then yeah, we were just starting yapping, blah blah blah. And then I asked him, "Oh, are you doing new stuff tonight?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think I got one or two things cool." And he's like, "What about you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm working on this thing." I think it was on cancel culture last night. So I told him I was like, "Yeah, this thing on that. If you want, watch it. And give me an idea of like." You think that idea makes sense. You know what I
Right.
mean? Um, so do my set, whatever, cried, blah. I did great last night, whatever. I get off stage. Oh, I also told the guy though, I was like, yeah, so either like fucking tell me if it's like whatever. Don't tell me it's good. Don't compliment me. I don't like that anymore. Yeah, just
Yeah.
fucking act like a comic. Like if you want, like be like, oh, you should try this direction, whatever, or it's not working. Other than that, like I don't really want to hear a compliment. Just because, like, I mean,
Yeah, you're like it's not
that's
that's not useful to
fucking.
me.
I'm not
Yeah,
looking for that. I'm not
yeah.
looking to be stroked. So just don't do that. Like,
Yeah.
be productive. Give me something productive.
Right.
I'm in a productive mode right now,
Uh-huh.
not an ego mode. I don't need that. So I went and did it, and then I came off, and he's like, "Dude, I know you hate." He's like, "I know you hate compliments, but you are great." That's like, "Fuck you." And then he's like, "Oh, also, I missed that bit. When did you do it?" And I was like, "You're worthless. You're worthless."
It's like, what were you
Like at a
listening from the
point,
alleyway?
huh?
It's like, what were you listening from the alleyway?
He had to
Like,
smoke. He's like,
yeah,
"When
yeah,
did you
yeah.
do it?" I did it off the top. He's like, "Oh, dude, I smoked off the top of
Oh,
your set."
smoking there, shit, fuck.
Moron. I know. So, anyways, yeah, like whatever. But like you do get to a point as a comic, like, do you need compliments? Like, compliments are nice from the audience. You don't want it from comics. You don't care.
No.
Like, I don't trust half a thing a comic says, right? When it comes to my act, we're just trying to get through this.
Yeah,
So, you know,
yeah, yeah. Just I always
it
try to do
almost
that
feels
too.
wrong to go for appreciation of comics at this point.
Yeah,
You
it's like
know?
it almost feels like something you would do to like a comic you look up to because you're scared to give them like the advice. You know what I mean? Like you're like, who am I to give this person like a tag? But most likely that person would actually love the tag.
Yeah.
You know, in most cases. But you're like, what?
Tag's fine because that's
Great
productive.
set.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you maybe thought of this or this.
Or
Like,
I
I don't
thought you
want
were
to
gonna
do a
go this
conversation.
way with it, or
Right,
like
yeah.
you just offer up
Whatever.
a new angle or something.
Right, yeah, that's it. Because we know I don't know. I'm still in the mind frame of like nothing's perfect. So I'm always
Hmm.
like
There
looking and
used
I
to be a
want,
show in Toronto, and I loved going there. It was Joke Marmalade,
oh,
and
fun.
you would do like 3 minutes of new stuff,
And
and
then
then
what
there
comics
would
give you
be
tags?
yeah, there would just be all comics, and then everyone would you just have your recorder going so you could pick up on all of it, and everyone would just
Oh, fun.
punch up, give you
Smart.
tags, like all of this stuff, and it was so helpful Because
Yeah.
yeah, there'd be like sometimes it'd be crap. Be like you're like someone would offer something, but it's like so clearly through their voice. It's like
Yeah.
I can't do that. You can do that, but like
Right.
yeah. But you're like appreciate appreciate the offer or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Just because, like, I mean, those rooms tend to be, next to worthless in terms of development, anyways.
That's what
That's
open mic
actually a
should
productive way of
be,
being helping your development.
right? Because if it's
It's
gonna
like,
be all
how many
comics
times you do an
anyways,
open mic where you're like, okay, I guess I'm just sounding this out because, like, either people are in their books during your set or whatever. Like in my
yeah,
younger days, anyways.
yeah,
That yeah, if people know that they might be asked to think of something, first off, they will listen to your set. Then they will be like, oh,
yeah.
okay, I'll watch his set because then maybe I give him a line or something.
Yeah, you're
Uh,
asking them to contribute. You're asking for them to contribute. So it's like involving the
right.
comedians in the audience even more.
Yeah, I think I came across that show once. I came across a show like that in Toronto on one of my swings, and I thought that was amazing. It was awesome. Just because I was like, I think it was in Tall Boys downstairs or something. But yeah, I saw a
Maybe.
guy, I think I saw Christoph Davidson walking around with his mic as people were giving him lines after he did his set, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. It's like comics are actually contributing. And I remember there was one guy who was a bit of a show off. He literally had lines for every single comic on the thing. I was like, dude, you are writing this whole scene's act. Funny.
Yeah, they're all gonna just start sounding like that one guy.
That one guy, yeah, he's the voice of Toronto. Funny.
Oh fuck. Well, that's what fuck. I'm scared for how like something like ChatGPT is gonna influence different artists where you're seeing people sound the same or like doing the same bits because they've been using ChatGPT to write their sets or whatever.
You think
Like
that'll happen?
I think it'll happen.
Okay.
I think there are comics out there where they want to take the easy route, especially if you're new and starting out and you don't exactly know like how to write a joke yet. And so you're like, "Oh, maybe I'll just use this AI to like help me, parse it out or whatever." But then the problem is it's pulling from like what it knows what funny is from every comedian on the internet and it's all transcripts, so there's no nuance, there's no facial expressions. It's just pulling transcripts, and then so when it's writing a joke, it's not going to be good. It's all going to sound like some weird, like homogenous, like back in the day when everybody used to share an act type comedy. Like,
Okay, so then let me take that argument and expand it. What does the audience think at that point?
well, who knows? If that's the
You think
question.
they'll like it?
That's the question: is will
No,
audiences be dumb
no.
enough to pick up on it?
Comics won't. Comics won't even like it. In the end of the day, like, yeah, okay. So a bunch of people will do that.
Yeah.
Okay, that might happen. You're right. Then at some point, stand-up gets less popular because everyone's heard it all and
All
because
right.
it gets ridiculous. And how do you get it popular again? You be original. Comics have to surpass it again. So, I mean, if that was the common thing that people did, comedy would have to take a hit. And I mean, also, like fucking audience, that's like the sort of good thing about like I know a lot of comics hate influencers and all that shit and where it is. I love it. I'm pro it, so I don't
You're
care.
pro influencer.
I am. I'm pro it.
Okay.
I like it's literally to me, it's cut out a ton of comics. Because comics now are like, oh, good, I don't have to embarrass myself in public. I could just do this online where I can script it the way I look better that way.
Right.
I'll do this. And then they don't come back to the stage. I'm
Right.
happy with that. And then, yeah, there's the few comics that are like, they get a tour from their influencing, but that's fine. It doesn't really affect my art.
Right.
They could have that. They don't last long anyways because they're still not good at it. Stand up is its own particular niche,
Uh-huh.
its own particular, thing. Like you just can't get good at this without being in the mics and getting hit and being, embarrassed. And if you don't have to get embarrassed, I don't see why people would want to do it really
Yeah.
if they could get off on their influencing. So it's like, yeah, go do that and stop it. Stop doing a stand up.
Yeah.
I'll take the jobs. And I have been. Like I sort of like how I love how TV's dying. I love how movies are dying. I love how that's all suffering. I'm
Yeah.
into that. I mean, I don't understand why anyone supports Hollywood. It rapes women. It's it doesn't let minorities get jobs. In the end of the day, I mean, Hollywood's a nice sign. I guess that's the one thing you might miss is the sign.
Yeah.
But the industry in itself, nah, now that we have YouTube and influencers and people making their own stuff, I don't need it. I don't need to see some stranger. I don't need to see Brad Pitt, right? He never went to my birthday. Much rather watch you. You
Yeah.
might come to my birthday one day, right? Whatever. So yeah, I'm fine with the way the world's going in terms of like let's get rid of that
Yeah.
in movies and crap. We'll make our own or whatever, or entertain each other and have stronger human connections, stuff like that, through what we're doing. And
Yeah.
some people do stand up, but overall, I feel like, in order to do stand up well, you have to do well. And of course, everyone's going to jump on the niches that you sound just like the person who told me about crowd work way long ago, which happened, but now who cares about it?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like crowd
Yeah.
work's
Yeah.
course where it's like watching comics try to do so much crowd work and like just eating it. You're like, yeah, I don't know. It's not the era anymore for that. Like it
Yeah.
is in terms of the same way it's always been. It's just the
Right.
tool to get to your next jokes or whatever. But now you're like, yeah, comics doing all the trying to make a crowd work special. Someone literally told me like 2 days ago that they wanted to make two crowd work specials. I was like, why? Why? No
We
one
have that.
we could do it with our phone. People do it
Yeah.
with their
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
phone that shoots 4K. You don't need to pay like a three camera shoot on a freaking crowd work thing,
Right.
Oh, whatever. No, it's easy to produce. It's dumb. And then announcing a whole show crowd work is painful. It's always been painful,
Yeah.
So
I guess
yeah,
like you're saying these soup like for me, I guess what I'm sort of saying is there's going to be a niche of comics that are going to use that AI, but similar to the niche of comics that went the influencer route, like you're saying, that will that will be the thing that phases them out of
stand up.
what stand up, which actually I was looking at it the opposite way of like, does that sully the art of stand up and what people think of what stand up is?
Well, what's the
But in the
big prize?
reality, but the
How about this?
reality though is that it actually stays like a pure art form because
Right.
the original people that are following that are following like what actually is funny to them and not caring and experimenting and grinding and getting better at it, they're the people that are going to show what stand up actually is.
Of
So
course.
you're right. It'll stand up above everything else.
Yeah. Well, what's the goal though? Like, what's the big goal?
More people enjoying stand up, coming to watch shows, liking shows, just coming to. I think that like if
Okay,
you
I said
get
it wrong. My apologies. I said it
sure.
wrong. What would be a stand-up comedian's um so in the way that like stand-up comedians before, the whole goal is to be a movie star
Hmm.
or a TV show and then they quit stand-up, right? Which is what a
Sure.
lot of them did. Eddie
Yeah.
Murphy, Jim
Yeah.
Carrey, whatever. What is our goal now? What is it?
The goal now should be making
Stand
stand up
up.
more popular.
We're the highest.
Yeah.
We're higher
Doing
than
it.
all of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
better than all of them.
Right.
Every art form, we're better. We're the best. We are, though. We
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me what's better than us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Movie stars will never make our money anymore, eh? Like, we have more billion-dollar stand-up comedy tours. Uh, what is all due to, by the way, the internet? The internet was cater made for stand-up comedians.
Yeah.
Cater made for us. You tell me something where the best clips have to be 30 seconds and you could get the full thing out and the joy of it.
Right.
That's a stand-up joke. That is like, whoa, that's
Yeah.
us.
Because if you
Like,
don't make them laugh in a minute, you're dead. Like.
dude, a musician can't get to the
Yeah.
chorus in
Yeah. Yeah.
30
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Like a musician can't, musicians have been not doing as well selling tickets and stuff. Like I've been talking to them. They're
No.
eating it.
Damn.
Like there's no, the giant mainstream musicians are really struggling, whereas there's far more stand-ups that have found their audiences and niches.
Yeah.
And don't even, and magicians still do fine, by the way. Actors good luck. You're belly up right now because now that everything's niched out between so many subscribers between or subscribing services like between
Right.
Netflix and Disney, like you won't be known to everyone because you'll probably be only on one of the streamers, which is a cut of the overall audience.
Right. You're
Like,
like, I'm a Tubi guy, or
yeah, and then what are you gonna do on your profile? Do soliloquies? Like what? That'd be boring. Who cares? Everyone's getting into comedy because stand-ups are the
yeah,
best. We're the best. Right now
yeah,
we have the mo we're making oh, we've got a middle class. How about that? I'll say that. Not many arts have a middle class. We have a middle class. So comics that find their niche. I mean, and Toronto alone has a ton of examples.
oh
Ton
yeah,
of
yeah,
examples. You
yeah,
could take, I mean, you could take Jay Toronto. What a
yeah,
great choice. Like he's, in his porn thing, doing all these porn interviews and stuff like
yeah,
that. And he has a huge amount of fans, and
yeah,
he could go sell out so many cities.
yeah. You
Good
got
on him.
Andrew Packer, Nima Naz,
Yeah, and here's the other thing.
Mark
Tons of
Anthony.
people don't know who they are still.
Yeah,
But that's perfect.
yeah,
Like, and trust me, that I wouldn't even call them necessarily middle class. I'm sure they're raking in whatever, right? But I mean, if we were to say like Schultz and them are, high,
sure,
top
yeah,
class, like 1% type comics, whatever. Yeah, those guys would be middle class then, right? But like,
yeah.
yeah, lots of comfortable livings in all these different niches in all these different ways. And Toronto comics for sure have benefited. Yeah, it's amazing, but actors aren't doing that, you know. Musicians a little bit better, but they're struggling in terms of like finding how to get a certain level of success off of online stuff.
Right.
Like some people still don't even know how to find a new artist, anymore. It used to be MTV. You'd go on
Yeah,
MTV, much music, that stuff. It was just your go-to. Radio would be playing stuff, right? I mean, yeah, like there's people obviously who know what sites to go to and whatever to find new music, but then there's
it's
like
tough.
there's a quarter of people who don't. Like
Yeah.
I'll go to I've been to some small towns where people are like, yeah, no, still jamming to Tom Petty. Hey, just gonna live off of what I heard when I was young, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, just found
Yeah.
my artist and that's it. Just gonna
I
keep
guess so.
playing
I
these
guess no new
albums.
music for the rest of my life,
Yeah,
like so yeah, it's goofy, but everything was sort of tailor made for us. Like you came in
yeah.
at a time where we get now the upper hand in marketing and stuff. It's
Dude,
fast.
like I could just make a podcast. Like I don't have to pitch a network on what the show is gonna be and show up at a studio every week and
Yeah,
only interview the people that they want me to interview. It's like
of course.
now I have Zoom and a Yeti mic. You know what
Huh.
I mean?
That's
That's all
it.
you need, an internet connection.
And a
Done.
guest who's in his bed in Kansas.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's it. Uh,
Right. So yeah, like what let's go back to gratitude then. That's the
yeah.
word. I'm just grateful to be a part of this time.
Yeah.
I think we're in an awesome time. I think things are pretty dope. I'm pretty happy with it, where everything is.
Yeah, man.
Obviously things will change as technology changes quickly, but if comics want to use AI to steal material or write their own jokes, I just can't see how that end game works.
Yeah,
I
I don't
just,
see it playing out very long for them. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's just
it's
I'm always thinking of these things, and then you have a really good attitude of it. You're like, it doesn't matter. Like, stop paying
it
attention to that
doesn't.
shit. Don't stop paying
Why
attention to
you
that shit.
don't have to
It's
worry about
yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 yeah,
No one has to worry about it.
yeah. It's the same, but it's the same argument as people complaining about, like you said, crowd work comics or influencer comics, or doesn't matter. It doesn't impact you
Yeah,
at
because
all.
like it's a gatekeeper mindset, which is
Yeah,
I don't think we
true.
have anymore,
No,
and I
no.
still don't think comics get that. Because they're like, oh, take how you said it, for instance, because I have heard maybe some comics say it before, maybe one or two. Really
Hmm.
hasn't been like, I think I heard an open micer say that, oh, I bet he's writing jokes, whatever. And I'm like, who would care?
Yeah.
You think like you're talking like the club will just care about what your following is.
Right, right, right,
So,
right. Yeah.
build your freaking following, dude. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And trust me, audiences don't want unoriginal. Like as much as people are like, oh, they're fooling the audiences, and maybe they would for a minute. They're
They're
not.
gonna reject it. Yeah, yeah,
Eventually, it'll get boring, and you're
yeah.
gonna go to the same well all the time. Whatever. Like it's not like they can't see other things. Like they want. Like first off, everything honestly, and this is what's been almost like why stand-up's so awesome and has been awesome forever, is because it's not. It really isn't written first, anyways. It's always been personality first.
Right.
People jive with the personality. So develop your personality, right? Like Norm Macdonald, complete original, everything, but his material came second to just watching him and going, I love
Yeah.
this guy.
I
This is
had that
guy
conversation with another
is
comic
so good.
where I said like it's always personality that you enjoy about the comedian first and then their material sort of resonates. It's never the opposite. You're never like, oh, this guy sucks. He drives me crazy. He's the worst piece of shit human being. But his jokes are undeniable though. I have to go. Like there's
Right.
no way that
Yeah.
I haven't heard that
Right.
yet of someone's they're like, oh, he's great. He's super funny guy. Like, I
Oh,
love his energy. Whatever it is. Like, it always starts with that before they tell you a joke they like.
of course.
Yeah.
There's comics that I don't particularly appreciate. And if I mean I check them out because I just love their personalities. I really do.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, no insult to these comics because they're just like they're great. Whether they're what they are, they're just not my thing. So it's like Kathy Griffin, for instance, would be one where you'd be like, she does so much pop culture. So obviously it's not my thing. But
Right.
I mean, I remember listening to an album of her just because, like, I don't know, just like that energy. I like how she's
Yeah.
like the FU, but she has a high, like, whatever. It's unique to me. It was like, it reminds me of, like, I don't know, to see a sassy person like that, it reminds me of some people I grew up with. So it's like, oh,
Right.
cool, watch this. I remember she did a great thing too. Like at the beginning of the show, she got on stage and she's like, "Hey gays, how you doing?" And like a whole bunch of the audience clapped. And then she's like, "Hey ladies, let me hear it." And then a bunch of ladies clapped. And it's like, "Hey, three guys who showed up to support their girlfriend, you could put in your freaking what is it, earbuds. You did a good thing." And I was like, genius. This woman's genius. She just said what her audience was out loud.
Yeah.
And as I'm listening to it, she just told me I'm not an audience. Like she's that self-aware. Talk about niche. She's like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do pop culture stuff for these groups of people who care about these things. Watch me entertain them and give them the night of their life. If you're not in that circle, that's on you.
Yeah.
Oh, love that.
She
Love
called her
that. I
audience
can't
out
respect her
immediately.
enough
Yeah. Yeah.
when I think about that because I'm like, who cares what my opinion is? I'll never
Yeah.
tell a person Kevin Griffin isn't funny. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
She is funny. But take it from her own words. I'm not supposed to find her funny because she didn't write for me. You know, love that. That's what
Yeah.
comics should
Yeah.
think. Like, what's your audience? Dude, perform for them. Fuck
Yeah.
going for everyone.
Yeah.
Right? Like she in that album, I think I heard, and that was when I was way younger. I remember it was like a theater, sold out theater. Like she did theaters, you know. I mean, I think she had to drop off after the whole Trump thing, holding his head.
Yeah. A little bit.
Anyways, that's the thing with stand-up. It's like, yeah, no, get the niche is the right way. Performing for everyone, you're probably going to be an AI comic. You know, I don't know.
I'm gonna, Michael, we're gonna transition to the last question of the podcast. That is only for people on Patreon, though. So for everyone watching on YouTube and Spotify, they can check out your website, michaelharrisoncomedian.com, for upcoming tour dates, merch.
Where are you mostly from? Like, where does this mostly
Can't,
go to?
it's a split of Canada and US. I have a big US audience.
No, but I meant like, okay, you live in Toronto though, right?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah, but I think I headlined Toronto second week of December. So boom.
yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple dates on there too. Michael Harrison Comedian on Instagram. Check out his show, Character Debates.
Oh, that's done now.
It's
Yeah.
done.
But
Go
watch the
watch the
clip.
old clips. Yeah,
Do it.
go feed the
I mean,
clips.
yeah, we had a lot of comics. John Marcos Razy was on it, Jeff
Uh,
Curry, Drew Dunn. It was awesome.
and check out your special over Critical, streaming
Yes.
on Prime,
Amazon,
on
please.
Amazon Prime.
And
Do you have anything
Apple.
else you want people to check out?
Um, no, no, you did pretty good. I like it.
Okay.
YouTube, I
Nice.
guess. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Of
Thank you. Yeah,
course,
follow
man.
me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. For everybody watching, hit subscribe. If you're on Spotify, leave us a review. That's very helpful. If you want to watch the rest of this podcast, go to patreon.com/the Johnny Rogers. For now, I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and I'll see you on the next one.